Oh my God. Oh. So I came on here to tell a few stories. So the other day, I just got done watching Candace, and she was talking about this big thing that happened in the States, a real major hate crime, and it was against gay people, a gay person. And it was brutal. And I guess America used to have plays about it. It was like one of the cases that you should look at to understand the amount of hatred that's out in the world. Well, it turns out that the story was kind of told wrong. It might not have been a hate crime. It might have been a crime over drugs. Seeing that one of the fellas that participated in hurting the other guy or, well, ending his life was homosexual himself, and that it was more about, you know, getting some drugs than it was about the person being gay. So I tried explaining to my wife, this is the kind of stuff like we're just learning now, like these things that we, and I'm not saying that kind of hatred doesn't exist. I'm saying that look at this in particular incident. Why did they have to make it look a way that it wasn't? And I thought she could be reasonable or rational and we could have a conversation about it. And it was just like, no, no, you have no idea what's going on in the world. And this and that. And I'm like, Joe, this is the kind of shit they use to twist your brain. Like, you're living in a fucking false reality because the story's not real. Why would they use that story? I was like, watch the fucking episode with me. It's not Candace saying it. It's a guy who wrote a book who actually took the time. The police officer that was involved said it's a good thing. He's glad because now it's finally getting out that, you know, you can't explain these. Like, what is wrong with people today? And then, of course, because this is what we do when when we don't want to face the truth, wow, that's fucking Trump. You know what he did? What did he do? He put an anti-vaxxer in charge of health. And I was like, Joanna, how can you not think that that's a good thing? I'm like, have you ever listened to RFK where he brings the facts and and when certain diseases started getting more prominent and he just wants to ask the question. It's not that he's even anti. He's let's find out if what we're currently using is having these side effects. I tried explaining to her, like, Joanna, it's really hard when you just face stupidity all the fucking time. I try to say to her, I say, Joe, if RFK was trying to be president and the offer was out there for charity, for science to debate RFK on that subject, Peter Hotez declined. Why would science do that? Why would a American patriot do that? Back science up with a debate of a supposed idiot. Wouldn't you wanna make him look like an idiot so the American people knew not to vote for him? Like, doesn't that seem odd, Joanna? Shouldn't science always be willing to back itself up, especially if it can make money for charity? But we don't understand this shit. Morning, Vintage. Like, it just blows my mind that because we're told not to ask questions that people who do, you just need to ignore, like, the amount of ignorance in this world is, like, beyond my fucking wildest imagination. Like, I can't Vintage, seriously, you can't have a fucking conversation in this house. It's fucking woke, stupid, fucking out of this world. Listen, so I'm watching a video yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? I can't remember. You'll have to tell me about a Vintage. I was watching this video and it was about this Toronto Maple Leafs super fan. And let me tell you, he was a fucking super stan. He had fucking more jerseys than I've ever seen in one room. Gloves, helmets, fucking stick. Like this guy had, if you like just imagine the biggest super stan in the whole world, you know what I mean? Like it was like he had a nice setup. It but anyways, so he's all about the Toronto Maple Leafs, right? Like this is a true story. It's on Rebel News. You can go check it out. So what happened was is he does a lot of social media, right? And in his videos, he he has an old brewski. He had a brewski. Well, here's the thing: the Maple Leafs and Molson are like. So what happened was is that I can't remember either it was Molson or the Maple Leafs, one or the other. They called this fine fella up, the super stan, who has fucking spent so much of his money on their fucking shit. Like, oh, it's a lot. It's got to be a lot. Anyways, so they call him up and say, "Hey, bud, you better stop drinking the beer you're drinking with all that Maple Leafs stuff, or we're gonna have to sue you." Fall in line, motherfucker. Could you imagine being a super fan and getting a phone call saying, "Hey, you're gonna get sued if you don't show the way we want you to. If you're gonna show a different kind, like they're not paying him or nothing. This is just a guy out on his own, a super fan. People watch him because he's a big Toronto Maple Leafs guy, and so he got the attention of well, either the Maple Leafs or well, maybe both. You know what I mean? Molson. So can you believe that? They threatened to sue him. So what happened was is now the guy doesn't want to talk about it because he's a fucking pussy. He just wants to have his little hockey team. All he wants is hockey. I don't want to talk about this no more. We settled this. It's all good. All good. I just want to drink my beer and I want to cheer for my hockey team. Hockey team. Oh, Maple Leafs. So he don't fucking care now. You know what I mean? Even though the thing that he loves came a fucking slap in the face. Like, imagine this. This would be like, imagine Dagburn, super fan, Upchurch. You know what I mean? He's got all these hats, he's got all these props, he's got everything from Upchurch's videos. He's got well, he's got his pants and he's got wardrobes and he's just He's got that Lamborghini signed with by all the Greek squad. Just pretend. And pretend that Dagburn never was Dagburn with Upchurch. He's just a super fan. Upchurch has never heard of him before, but now, he's caught Upchurch's attention. But Upchurch is wearing, or Dagburn's wearing a pair of shoes that Upchurch don't like. Could you imagine getting a call from Upchurch's people? Hey, bud, if you're representing Upchurch and you're gonna wear those shoes, we're gonna sue you. I don't know. This is this is what I would have done. You know what I mean? Like a normal fucking human being with a heart. You know what I mean? If I would have seen a super fan and he's drinking a different kind of beer, I would have got a hold of him, see if I could sponsor him. Say, hey, we see you really love the Leafs. Hey, how would you like to be sponsored by our beer? And you can show in your videos. Instead, no, can't even do that. We're gonna sue you, motherfucker. So I thought that was a pretty stupid story. You know what I mean? I was just like, that's the way the world is today. If somebody with money and power doesn't like what you're doing, they'll use their money and power fucking stop you from what you're doing. Even though you're doing your own thing. This is a weird world we live in. Fuck you, Molson. And fuck you, Maple Leafs. That you guys are fucking losers. That's how you treat your fans. What a bunch of fucking losers. Unbelievable. This is the world I live in. Sick and twisted. And we just let it go. The super stan just wants to keep being the super stan. And I bet you he's falling in line because now he's going to drink the Molson or something. You know what I mean? But who knows? Who knows? To be continued. So I thought vintage. Well, isn't that like somebody who's like supports you? Shouldn't you give them some support back? Like, doesn't that make more sense rather than say, and just show, but then again, they just show who they are, you know what I mean? But then they have to backpedal and like, oh, it's so gross. But anyways, so my wife's brother, after I've seen this story and I'm puking in my mouth and I'm like, this isn't the world I live in. He says to me, he goes, did you know that one of the London Knights got suspended for 5 games for calling somebody a Mennonite? And I'm like, what? I'm like, that's not even real. Well, the London Knights is I think it's junior B hockey, you know what I mean? They get drafted from that league into the NHL and stuff like that. So so he got suspended 5 games for that. Now it is true because my wife verified it for me because I went to go tell her a story on how stupid I thought it was, and then wow, I just ran into another fucking brick wall. But anyways, I guess this guy got suspended last year for calling someone a pussy too. Now, I don't know. Back when I was playing hockey, nobody would have been able to play anymore. You know what I mean? Men were being men, fucking just I don't know. I don't get it. I'm fucking I don't get it. Like, so I went to talk to my wife. I'm like, can you? And she's like, he should be suspended. And I'm like, for what? Well, she called him a Mennonite. I was like, is he a Mennonite? Like, well, yeah, that's kind of the point. And I was like, so someone got offended. So a Mennonite got offended by being called a Mennonite. Does that even fucking make sense? So you suspend somebody for it. Well, it's the same thing as calling a black person the N word, Carl. I'm like, "No, it's not. You" I'm like, "No, no, no, no. The N word has a meaning to it. It means ignorant. In fact, you're an N word. Being black doesn't make you an N word. Now, where's the problem? If somebody called them a black person, it would be true, right? If you were that black person or Mennonite, you'd have to call that guy an idiot. Like, we don't learn how to deal with bullies, you know what I mean? We don't learn how to put people in their fucking places. If I was a Mennonite out playing hockey and someone called me a Mennonite, I'd get in their fucking head. Yeah, I'm a fucking Mennonite. Guess what? The Mennonite's gonna be in the game. Why do you hate Mennonites? What is it about Mennonites you don't like? You know what I mean? Like, I make fun of them, but this is the thing. We don't do that anymore. Unbelievable. Unfucking it's unbelievable. Like, back in the day, I don't know, if somebody said something on the ice you didn't like, fucking drop the gloves with them, you know what I mean? I don't know. I kinda know from personal experience, you know what I mean? Hockey can be a rough and tumble game out there, but not these days. We can't like, what the fuck? I would if I was the Mennonite, I would have been like, "What are you? What can I call you? What are you? Do you just want me to call you a white person? Just plain Jane whitey or like" I don't like, this is all fucked up. This is the world I live in. Oh. Can you imagine? Yeah, hockey used to be rough. Vintage. I'm just I'm flabbergasted. But this is the world we live in. I don't know. I'm thinking about making a Marwood video, vintage. Like I did my TikTok thing with that girl from Marwood, eh? No comments, no nothing. You can see that they've seen them, right? But they just keep their lips shut. They don't have the balls to come out and say, "Hey, Carl, you're crazy," or "Hey, Carl, you're not." Can you imagine, vintage, if I am what I say I am, and those puke faces just turn their back on me every fucking chance they get? They don't have the balls to tell me where I'm wrong or the balls to tell me that I'm right. Elon buy TikTok too. I don't I don't know. I don't know. Like, here's the thing. For everybody who's hurt me, it made me a better person. You know what I mean? I've learned how to deal with not having anybody to talk to, trying to get help, trying to get my story out there, having it manipulated and fucked all over the place. and the whole time, still trying to help. That Uncle Will, he's gonna go down in history as one of the dumbest fucks that ever lived. Unfortunately, I think my wife does too. I used to say that at the beginning of my spiritual awakening vintage. I'd be like, "Why won't you talk to me? What the fuck is wrong with you?" Now everybody's gonna say, "You just should have left," and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, and I'm also gonna show people that I might have been punished if I did too. Little stories. After being a five-time fucking loser, five-time, in the hospital for violence and suicide with zero evidence. Now, I don't even know why they had me locked up because they wouldn't talk to me about the chosen shit. They wouldn't talk to me about my videos or pictures. Quite frankly, they just wouldn't talk to me. They wanted to find a pill that would numb me and I'd shut my fucking mouth. Here's the thing. I had an incident with the police after being in the hospital 5 times, and you gotta understand, the first time was my workplace. The other 4 was my wife. So, imagine getting locked out of your house. You have no other option other than to call the police and say, you know, "Let me back in the morning, I'll fucking leave." Like, I'm fucking like, "I'm done. I'm just done. I'm just fucking done." So they have to come so I can get back into the house because 'cause they're not supposed to lock me out. Not because I went to the store or something fucking wrong. Anyways, this is how stupid the fucking police are. So as they're doing their thing, the one cop takes me aside and says, "Carl, you should probably leave." And I was like, "Yeah, I probably should. You're right." Who protects me when she calls and has me put back in? Now, the thing was, it's not just me saying it. She said it in front of him. When he leaves, I'm calling his insurance company and I'm calling his doctor. He's off the rails. And I looked at the fucking cop and I was like, "Am I off my rails? Hey, bud, did you not just hear that? My life's just been threatened in front of your fucking stupid face, you dumb motherfucker." You can't say that. You gotta be nice. And you gotta show him respect. And you say, "Hey, bud, did you just hear that? Yeah, you should leave, Carl." "No, did you not fucking hear that dumb shit? Are you going? Because you'll probably be the one to pick me up when the phone call gets made. Are you gonna fucking stop it?" "Well, Carl, come on. Like, she just told you that's gonna happen. Are you gonna fucking stop it, or are you gonna do your cunt ass fucking job doing the wrong fucking thing?" Like, don't I'm improvising on the way I should have said things. I had to say it really fucking nice. Like, "Hey, bud, did you just not hear that? Hey, this is the world I live in where I have to worry about being threatened and being thrown into the hospital." Like, I don't think people know what it's like to be on a computer in front of a court where your fucking livelihood is being taken away from you. They're making a decision whether you're mentally capable of handling yourself. At no point have I ever not been able to fucking function as a human being, but they wanted to take that away from me. And violence and suicide with 0 evidence. This is the thing, I can't wait to see their doctor's notes. I'd love to fucking see them. I'd love to know how you let my workplace fucking dictate me going into the hospital. I wanna see the evidence. I really do, because I got the evidence of everything I said and did for the fucking day. Plus, I have the video of my doctor. I'm sitting there going, What the fuck is this about?" "Well, some of your friends are concerned." Not my friends. What did I do? What did I say? What has me here?" "Well, don't worry about that, Carl. We're just gonna take a couple days and figure out what's wrong with you." "Well, why don't you let me know what I did in order to be in here?" "No, no, no, Carl. We have your best interest at heart." I'm fucking this is the world. Like, this is the thing. I appreciate it. 'Cause I had to go through it, and I got all the fucking receipts, so I can show people how we fucking treat each other and how easy it is to fucking destroy somebody's fucking life with your fucking lies. This world is a fucking big lie. Marwood Meta. I'll read this email, Vintage. Imagine this. You've given 22 years of your life to your workplace. Someone there had you convinced that you were fucking nothing, had you like actually, no, this so so this is how you get treated by somebody you work for for 22 years. All you want is an investigation on what happened. They won't give you an investigation, Vintage. In fact, they'll send you letters saying you're not allowed to talk to anybody from work. How are you supposed to how can you dictate who you can talk to? You know what I mean? So it was all sorts of weird to me. People from work wouldn't like, I was in a really bad, fucking really bad way. When your friends won't talk to you and your workplace, and then you're like, you're calling your workplace and you're like, hey, can we come in and talk? And they're like sending you letters saying, no, no need to come in and talk. And I was still an employee at the time. So I sent the owner an email. Imagine this, Chris. I was really hoping that I could come in this month and see what my future at Marwood would be like. I've been in a bad way for a long time, and I believe I've been treated like a piece of garbage over and over again. Your people seem to think playing with a person's mental state is a game. You know what I mean? Not allowed to talk to anybody, not allowed to find out if you're the problem or they're the problem. Just keep you all in your head so you get all fucked up. You know what I mean? I have been trying to get help, but nothing has really worked. And now I'm trying to talk about it to see if that will help me. Please get your employees the education that they should have, especially in people in powers of position and positions of power. Mr. Wood, please ask around about me and you will see how dedicated I am as an employee and that I'm not the type of person to lie or over exaggerate. Please find that I have given you 22 years of complete dedication and loyalty and do not feel that I deserve this kind of treatment that I have received. So there's nothing rude or ignorant. I'm reaching out to this man saying, hey, can we talk? Like, I don't think your company's treating me very well, right? So I did get a response. This is it. After I tell him that I fucking quite like myself and I really just want to get things figured out. This is what this fucking Tillsonburg, Ontario. He's a proud, like he gives to the community. He does. He does. You gotta think, gotta get those tax breaks somewhere, and then you look like the hero. You know what I mean? But this is the response from the man. Great to hear from you. I hope all is well, and sorry for the delay in getting back to you. This COVID situation has been proven very difficult to manage. You may have heard Toyotetsu and Simcoe had an outbreak on Tuesday, so this has had quite an effect on us. All in all, Marwood is doing very well with the new work coming in. We are lucky to have parts on so many different vehicles. We are not exposed to the work shortages experienced by so many others. Thanks for letting me know how things are going on at work, Chris. It's great that you just show me that heart of yours, bud. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, I'm a broken man, and you want to tell me how wonderful your company is. I feel really bad that you feel we have treated you poorly. Well, I feel that. That's why I'm asking to talk. So maybe you can show me. Maybe I've earned this mistreatment, but if we can't have a conversation, I can't find out, Mr. Wood. But wait, I know you have asked for some personal time off. And we always do our best to accommodate that. Once you get clearance from your physician, please be sure to come in and see Kinga, as we have lots of work available right now. Even if you would like to come back slowly as a return to work program, it's totally fine. He doesn't get that. I'm trying to figure out what my problem is. I'm like, I haven't done so well with his employees, so I'm saying, hey, Chris, step up and be the man. In conversation with somebody who dedicated a little time to you. Can you give me just a few minutes of your time? You know what I mean? Can we have a talk? But hey, then he's like, I've kept this email between us. but, but did you want to reach out to Kinga or John on your behalf? I want to be sure you are getting the support and communication as soon as you can. We need all the great help we can get. So remember that. Okay? Remember that. He wants to give me all the support and he wants to have total communication. Okay? So um, whoops. Okay. So this is what I replied back. Hello, Mr. Wood. This email is not to start a back and forth. I'm not going to get nasty or anything, but I would like to spit some truth at you. At no time did I ask for personal time. I had to take stress leave, as I wrote on my sheet, work related. Your HR department decided not to investigate. I verbally told them my issues. They wanted B forms. I couldn't concentrate or focus to write out. So I told them, but I still did one, but said I didn't want to hand it in. Sir, I have a lot more truths as well. Like I said, I'm not going to be nasty or anything, but I do have the right to stand up for myself as well. I would love to let you know if I have received this email 2 days earlier, you wouldn't be receiving it back. There's a reason for that. And you know what happened after this email? Blocked, motherfucker. Blocked. That's humanity today. These are the cocksuckers who are running and can destroy our fucking lives. You can give your fucking life to them and they don't give a fuck. In fact, they can take the people that you do give a fuck about and turn their fucking back on you because they're afraid to fucking lose something. Because they're godless little fucking whores. Could you imagine finding out there's a God and you fucking lied on a man of God and he was here to fucking help you? I wish the best for everything. I want them to find God. I want them to fucking suffer because that's the only way to God. You're gonna have to figure out who you are and why the fuck you did the shit that you fucking did. Everybody, it's not to me. People like this, they're gonna have to figure themselves. But here's the problem: there's too many people like this. Too many people would let one person fucking die so that they didn't have to fucking lose anything until that person becomes them one day. This is the sick world we live in. This is how we've been programmed to fucking act towards one another. That stupid shit that doesn't really even mean anything is worth more than a fucking human life. Don't even get like this is the thing. Those fucking anybody who was on my Facebook when Jamie Klein died and I was putting that shit on my Facebook and you fucking ignored it, they're a piece of shit too. I cared that somebody died that I tried to tell them, hey, what you're doing is gonna bring in more coils, more coils, more coils, more coils, more danger, 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 danger. Don't do this. Hey, it only gets better. Because if what I hear is right, and well, huh? Corey Plant's the one that told me, and he said that they changed the process that day. Now, I don't know how many of you people out there work in a factory and shit. When I was out there, I'd be always be like, people get the fuck away from the lift trucks. Never, 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 never. But instead, they had a man and a lift truck working tandem. Fucking believable. Unbelievable. And the guy on the lift truck, know what the sick shit is? They didn't even give him time off. In fact, I think they had him work overtime. Well, he got the rest of that day off, I think, but when they came back to work the next day, this is the world I live in. When I call the Ministry of Labor and they don't fucking get back to me, "Hey, I got something to say." Then I take the time and write Doug Ford a fucking little message on his thing saying, "Hey, I sent you a tweet. Please check it out." And it was a video, me looking crazy, all fucking high as fuck, but saying all the things that I felt. "Hey, I think these guys killed somebody. It's driving me fucking nuts. Wanna help me, Doug Ford?" But then again, old Dougie, he's the one that really let me know that might not have been good. You know what I mean? This is this is the shit that should bother humans. Hey, if a man dictates to you to fucking do something or tells you it's best for you to fucking do it, and you don't do it for his family, he's a fucking cocksucker. Fucking right down loser. There's a reason for it, and I'd love to know what it is. But unfortunately, I live in a world of powerless fucking losers who don't understand that. Well, that's something we should ask, and we should force the Premier of Ontario to fucking answer for us because he works for us, not the other fucking way around, and we forget that. And this is how stupid this dumb cunt is. Oh, before a vote, I'm gonna give all the people 200 bucks. Fuck. And people are so stupid. Oh, we love you, Doug. Thanks for the money. Your money, thank you. No, no, you dumb fucks. Someone's paying for it. He done for it. But here I am getting all animated. I'm done being fucking nice. I'm the fucking Messiah. That's what I think. And that's the thing. You don't worship the Messiah, you find out you're the Messiah. Better get on track with the truth because the Messiah can't save you. Only you can save yourself. I'm just gonna say it because I don't fucking give a flying fuck no more. I got a message for Donald fucking Trump. I said it a long time ago, and I'll say it again because I think that's what the fucking universe is telling me. Just because you guys don't like the way I fucking look and the way I sound because I tell the truth, I try and be compassionate, but you can't be compassionate to fucking stupidity, or you end up with leaders who want children to fucking mutilate themselves. My wife can't fucking she can't get that in her fucking brain. Why Justin Trudeau fucking drives me insane. Any leader who would want children to do that to themselves is a disgusting fucking piece of shit. Why would they want children to do it when his friends, the Marcones, are hiding it? You know what I mean? We can't even grasp that. Like, hey, world leaders are fucking lying to us. They're not even the fucking genders they say they are. This is how fucking stupid this fucking world is. Do you imagine if Michelle does turn out to be Michael? Because I don't know if that one's true or not, but when someone stakes their career on the Marcone thing and there ain't no fucking lawsuits coming her way, makes me say to myself, "Miss Marcone has a fucking cock and nobody cares." They don't mind getting fucked in the ass by Miss Marcone. It's a sick world. Sick. Like Baphomet. Baffy probably just loves Miss Marcone. And I'm not saying this about all trans. You know what I mean? I'm not. I'm just saying pieces of shit who hide who they are. You know what I mean? There must be a reason for it. But hey, I try and tell my wife, hey, Miss Marcone's been with Mr. Marcone since he was like 15 or so. It should make you wonder, Joe. That's a world fucking leader. Hey, Joe, Trudeau left school partway through. Why is that? Well, hey, maybe an NDA. That's the rumor. Hasta la rumor. You know what I mean? There's things with him and Picton Farms, the We charities, all this bullshit. Hey, Joe, we can forget all about that bullshit. Would you like to see the video where Klaus Schwab is so proud of fucking penetrating Justin Trudeau and three-quarters of our cabinet? Like, that shouldn't fucking wake you up. Where an outside entity has said that it has penetrated your government. Like, they tell us, and they laugh at us because they know if they find people like me, they'll just fucking squash them because, well, no one will stand up for the truth. So just keep squashing because of the weakness of others. It does bother me that I didn't know about Julian Assange sooner. But then again, I was living the life they wanted me to live. Paying no attention to nothing. Focused on my job, making sure my family was happy. And keep us all distracted. And they throw distractions out there, you know what I mean? Like, if I gotta be honest, Ryan Garcia is a paid actress. There's no way he's a man with Jesus, not the way he acts. But he says it's an act, and then everybody falls and bites back into it. He does all this shit because any man of Jesus who's on the search for the truth knows that the children are in trouble. What do you do there? The children. If you're looking for the truth, and then they're talking about aliens. So they make just trying to make truth seekers just look fucking retarded. That's all. But then again, look who we got our children influenced by. Who the fuck is Fauci or whatever his name is? Like, that's a sad state of affairs, all of it. Like, I think it's all fake. Like, even this, I see these guys setting battles up or something like that. I don't even, who even knows if that's real? You know what I mean? Like, I want, like, when you're a man of God and you see sicko people saying they're men of God, like John Jones, sure, greatest fighter of all time, shitty fucking human. He can put scripture on his shorts and then later just fucking to his wife. We idle fucking jerk offs. Just fucking jerk offs. LeBron James, what a fucking jerk off. He has set black men back so fucking far, making them feel like fucking victims instead of inspiring them. Hey, look, young black men, look what the fuck I did. Look what the fuck I can do. I'm a black man. Let's take over. Let's show them what we can do. Instead of fucking, we're victims. We're victims. Yeah. Fight them, fight them. Instead of fucking, hey, show them. I don't know. It's just my personal opinions. You know what I mean? But then again, you never know what's LeBron doing behind the scenes. You know what I mean? He's probably just a bad man's boyfriend as well. You know what I mean? just playing the game he's told to play because, well, he wants to play with Satan. But again, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm crazy. I took a little peek at Ryan Upchurch's fucking Instagram. He's gotta stop with this chosen shit. Some are prophets and for profit and fucking buddy, stop with the prophet shit. You're a fucking idiot. Stop the fucking game. Oh, UFOs don't really exist, but I've seen them. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You can judge a book by its cover. Like, you guys should know when somebody says that, they're a fucking idiot. Oh man, I fell for that guy fucking way too long. But then again, vintage. That's what people don't understand. People always want to hold your past against you, right? That's the thing. Our lives are about learning from. Too many people want to keep us stuck in the past of what we did. If you can get over it, don't let other people bring it back up. You know what I mean? Or they can bring it back up, but just say, hey, that ain't me no more. Like, I was just talking about Trump, right? The beginning of the old spiritual awakening, I did a fucking video just bashing Donald Trump. Like everything I learned from the news and shit. I mean, showed everybody how Donald Trump worked. Can you imagine? I went from saying someone's a fucking dictator to saying, hey, maybe they're part of God's plan. But I don't know. I could be wrong. I could be reading the universe all fucked up, but I don't think so. That latest episode of Roseanne, it really kind of fed me. But did you watch that yet, Vintage? The last episode, I think it's with Billy Phillips or something like that. I think that was his name. I'm not sure. Might be getting it mixed up with something else. What else I was watching some Christopher Hitchin videos, and he's talking about Bill Clinton. You guys should go check those out. Like, this is how stupid we are with Bill Clinton. Like, it annoys me that if someone convinces you they have power, they're fucking. But then again, we just don't clue in. You know what I mean? This Christopher Hitchin guys was saying a lot of shit about Clintons, and we know he was good friends with Epstein, right? Like, we know that for sure. And then it goes back to Kevin Spacey even admitted it in an interview. Yeah, I seen Clinton with young girls. That's what made me suspicious of Epstein. FBI not even on it. Hey, we need to have a talk, Kevin Spacey. What exactly did you see Bill Clinton do? And we need to check those flight logs to see how often Bill was flying with Epper. But we don't. We don't care. We don't care how many children, if it's children at Epstein's Island, or how many people need to be hurt because we stay quiet, because we give Bill Clinton power, because he tells us he has power. power enough to fucking convince women to get under his desk. And then there's the Jennifer Flowers thing, whatever, you know what I mean? Like, you got when it's okay. You know what I mean? We'll just let people with no dignity rule our worlds. You know what I mean? Let's see, what's Vintage been saying? Factories are dangerous. Well, yeah. Yeah, they can be. But if you use your noodle and you listen to your employees, sometimes that's where you can get your best ideas from. You know what I mean? With the people ruling the world today, they like their ideas better. You know why? Because it's a gain for them. Nobody thinks about, hey, because really, this is a stupid world we live in, Vintage. I don't know. I see things differently than other people do. We just gave it all away to these fucking losers. Bill Gates, Klaus Schwab, George Soros, fucking Jabba the Hutt, fucking ruling in people's brains, that little slug. Like he even tells you, I'm a philosopher king. I make you perceive shit. I saw this video, George. Donald Trump is a narcissist. And uh, need to stop the narcissist. Hey, Vintage, if you ever want to giggle, go listen to George's son speak. Oh my goodness. Like, this is leading the world in intelligence. Alex Soros. Tip off the old block, I think. At least George can string a sentence together. Poor Alex. He's all messed up. He probably. Oh man. Well, it's sometimes I think it'd be easier to like yesterday, I just took a day off of fucking doing videos. I just didn't have it in me. I'm like it scares me if I'm wrong. You know what I mean? Doing God a real big disservice. You know what I mean? But then I question myself. I'm like, what do you want to gain from this, Carl? I don't really want to do it. It's just the right thing to do. That's the thing, Vintage. When I get to tell my stories and you get to see the lawsuits I probably could have laid out there, because like I said, I have a way of proving everything I say. You know what I mean? These people who lied on me, it's going to be pretty hard for them to to lie to the public. You know what I mean? You want the truth out there? My boy Jay Jameson will show his doctor's notes. You know what I mean? um, and I got text from John Wall. Hey John, if I was to go after Marwood, would you tell the truth? I never asked him what to say. I said, "Would you tell the truth?" And he replies back, "I tell them what I'd know." "What do you know, John?" "Not much." "Well, you work there, John, and in the midst of it, you ask for a demotion, bud. What is it you're afraid of losing?" "Well, they just gave me an apprenticeship." Like, I had that in print. Could you imagine that? "Well, they gave me an apprenticeship." "Like you, Carl, I ain't saying nothing. I'm right where I want at Marwood, and I'm not giving it up for the truth. Here's the problem, Vintage. If you don't give it up to the truth before you might be bad news, I think. You know what I mean? The truth should always be number one in your life. That's what I mean. That's what I think the reborn thing is. It's where you say, hey, no matter what, no matter what, no matter how I look, no matter what anybody else thinks, I am going to live by the truth. Whether it hurts me, helps me, whatever, just the truth. And in the truth, I gotta not be ignorant to think that I know the truth. There might be more information that can change the truth. You know what I mean? Like, let's go to the Bible for a second. I'm gonna end this shortly, but I'm gonna go to the Bible. Like, I like Jesus in the Bible, so that's where I gotta go. So Jesus said to him, "Why do you call me good?" Okay. No one is good but one, that is God. You know the commandments: do not commit adultery, do not murder, do not steal, do not bear false witness, do not defraud, honor your father and mother. So I don't know. Jesus is saying nobody's fucking perfect except for God. So it is our job to get in Christ, the truth, and try and be perfect, knowing that we're never going to be perfect. We just got to be ourselves. We don't have to be perfect. We just have to try and be within the truth. You know what I mean? The commandments are so fucking mind-numbingly easy. And you don't even have to follow the commandments. As long as you wish to cause no harm to anybody, you're not going to do any of that shit if you're in the truth. I don't know. Jesus said the truth was the way. Act like me, and the truth is the way. Because through me, you get to God. Why would you not want to live in the truth? Why is this so hard? Why do people have to fight to not take in information? take in that information, and if you think it's wrong, explain it to that person, and then you can show them. But if you're unwilling to see, sh like, I'm gonna go, but vintage, do you know what it feels like, when I come on here and I'm like, I'm being honest about Wade, I'm like, I don't know what the end is, but if there's a bad ending, I'm afraid for Wade, you know what I mean? So I'm being honest there. So I gotta be just as honest to myself about the people around me, you know what I mean? And, well, quite frankly, they lied more and treated me much worse than Wade ever did. To me, that's kinda scary, and you can't have a conversation about that. You can't say, "Hey, this is the way I see this. Show me where I'm wrong, because if I'm not, you're in big trouble." You can't have that conversation. I can't even talk about God in my own house or with anybody. I mean, I shouldn't say I can't. Like, I talk on here about God, but I don't know. Can you imagine thinking that about your family? Fucking horrible. There's a bad place, but then again, maybe there's time. You know what I mean? Maybe we as humanity get a chance to determine which way it goes, like, I keep saying I'm gonna go, but vintage, let's go back to this thing. All Christians are just waiting for this to unfold, just sitting back thinking Jesus died for their sins. You'd have to be an idiot to unfollow it. If you've seen the mark of the beast coming, wouldn't you try and stop it? Maybe this is a warning. Maybe it's been manipulated. Maybe it's a script for us to follow. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, I do believe some of it, like God takes me to it, but I don't know. Maybe we have the ability to change things around. Because for a new change, there has to well, there's enough chaos in the world right now, right? Maybe we could change it. Maybe we could put the chaos onto the people who deserve the chaos. If we could just all come together and try and figure out what the truth is instead of thinking we know it all. But I don't know. I'm gonna go vintage. You have a good day, and maybe I'll come back on later. I want to hear about your crazy dream, though. So hopefully we catch each other back, and you can. I need to get StreamYard. I do. I do. I do. I need to stop and just get it. Church told me I had been set up. He also put himself in a safe. I found him in the and don't remember the discussion. That's weird. But hey, everything weird has a meaning. I say I try and read the universe. It seems weird, but when I put the story together, it might not be weird. It might be true. It might be magic. Let me tell you right now, I have not had a conversation with anybody. Nobody. I have been working purely with God, not with anybody else, just for the record. But have a good day and love you too, Vintage.